once I started treatment, I feel like I had a pretty good idea. Like, okay, this is where we go. Like this, my life is not over because of this.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Two Thumbs Up podcast. Dr. Todd here today. Two Thumbs Up. I got Dr. Michael Stirling here with us today. We wanted to talk about. Dr. Stirling is one of our amazing physical therapists that is very integral in our Concussion Pros program. I wanted to do a meet and greet today, get to have you start meeting some of our docs that work with us, get their perspective, start seeing who they are and why they're so valuable to what we do here at Alpine Integrated, but also through our Concussion Pros program. And maybe share with you today some of the directions we're going with concussion. We're passionate about mild to moderate traumatic brain injury, assisting people, and where we actually see a really great opportunity to expand this business, to grow this business, not just from a business perspective, but also from a healthcare perspective, literally educating people about brain injury, how the results we're getting, which we're super excited about. Also, what we've missed, possibly, like accountability, like, hey, what can we do better? I always like to use the word excellence, but to me, excellence doesn't mean we're not going to make mistakes, right?
Right.
It's going to be about a learning process, but
striving for excellence.
Yeah,
right?
Welcome to the show, my friend.
Yeah, thank you.
I really, honestly appreciate you doing this.
Very happy to do it.
Yeah, it's fun, but. So, you're an Arizona kid. Grew up in Arizona.
Yep. Born in Northern California, but call Arizona home. Yeah, grew up there most of my life.
How come I didn't know that? See, there again, learn something. So actually, California.
Yeah.
What area?
San Jose area.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I mean, I have I don't remember a whole ton. We were only there for about 5 years.
Oh, really? Cool.
Moved to Phoenix, but
yeah. So you. I know you grew up in Cave Creek area.
Yeah.
Did you played sports?
Yep. Yeah. So I played baseball pretty much as long as I can remember.
Yeah.
I swam when I got to high school on the swim team, but
Mike, that's all. I didn't know that. Yeah. So what was your swimming? What was your go-to event?
Man, I did swimming to prepare me for baseball season. Like swimming was not ever my thing. My brother was a much better swimmer than I was, but
you have the length to be a swimmer.
Yeah, I enjoyed swimming. wasn't really my thing. I swam the IM. So
individual medley.
I did a little bit of everything, but
yeah,
I was pretty average. I did it just so my shoulders were strong for baseball.
Well, that's a good thing to do. As a matter of fact, we got the Olympics coming up, so that's always fun to watch. As a matter of fact, during the Summer Olympics, my favorite events, for whatever reason, I don't know if it's how they broadcast it or I really get into the swimming stuff, more so even than the track. I don't know why that is. Maybe it was because Michael Phelps was such a powerful swimmer, and there's always a little bit of drama going on.
The swimming is super fun to watch, and it's short enough that it's exciting the whole time they're in the water, right? But
well, I remember as a kid, because I played a lot of baseball, not to the level you played, but I played through high school and stuff. But one of my dreams as a kid was to play Olympic baseball. But then they took the baseball out of the Olympics. Right. I think they have women's softball still.
I
actually don't know.
Tell you. I'm not sure.
But anyway, that's coming up. So the swimming and that's awesome. I didn't realize that. So California, I'm learning stuff today. Swimmer. I know you played a ton of baseball. Yes. Played in college.
Yep.
So what was your high school baseball career like? You pitched?
I pitched actually very little. I played a little bit of third
base
and some outfield in high school. And I mean, to be honest, I wasn't anything special in college, but after high school, I didn't really have aspirations to play after. Mm-hmm. I just loved playing baseball. I think a lot of it was I think I was still growing a lot.
Yeah.
Going through high school, so I think like physically, I just hadn't really found my.
Did you hit a lot of your size after high school?
Yes, I was pretty. I got pretty tall in high school, but I don't think I filled that out until after high school.
Did you go on an LDS mission? You
Yeah.
did.
Yep.
So I had some mission buddies that, as a matter of fact, a couple of them played for BYU football, but they got much bigger on the mission. I think I shrunk on my mission, but they seem to have gotten bigger. Yeah. But so did you play in sports? Injuries that you had, maybe that you had to kind of work through.
Yeah, I mean, really up until like my freshman year of college, I was relatively healthy, which my freshman year of college I had a pretty significant injury, which is kind of going from one end of the spectrum to the other.
Share if you're open.
Yeah, so I had just got home from my mission. Again, like I said, didn't really have aspirations to play ball. It became an opportunity right after I got home, and I was like, heck yeah, I'm always open to play a little bit more baseball. Right. So I got back into it, started throwing again. Like about 6 months after I had gotten home, we were really starting to like ramp up, getting ready for the season. And tore the UCL in my elbow. Yeah. Needed Tommy John surgery. Which is pretty lengthy recovery process. And it was tough. It was mentally a tough. Physically, I mean, it hurt, but you know, something to get over. But mentally, it was a pretty tough injury to rehab from. Just having been hurt before.
You know, it's interesting you bring that up to me because we always talk about injuries being this physical event, right? Like we tore something up, MCL, you know, ulnar collateral ligament tears, whatever it might be, concussion.
Yeah.
These injuries, we always talk about them most of the time, even with patients, as a physical experience, right? But I actually love that you brought up the mental piece because that's a place that's sometimes not touched upon.
Right.
And it absolutely, and we know this, right? It correlates as their mental piece is addressed somewhat. It actually, we get a different result physically. We talked about this the other day, with just the placebo effect of someone feeling cared for when they come into a facility. You actually mentioned what's been the result of that.
I mean, it's the more. I truly believe the more you tackle the mental aspect of things, like the better and the fast, like the better you get and the faster you get better.
And if you have practitioners that support that piece,
right, absolutely.
So, if you're open to it, what was some of the things that was as you were recovering and had this injury? You mentioned the mental piece. What was some of the things that you felt like, oh my gosh, something's share? If you're open to share that with us.
Yeah, for sure. Well, honestly, I had the injury hurt quite a bit, and it made I still played for a few weeks after the injury just to see if does this thing calm down?
Did you feel it? Was it
Yeah, it wasn't necessarily. I feel like a lot of people report like a pop in their elbow, and I didn't feel like that. I mean, I had a pretty immediate onset of pain after a pitch, and after that, I had kind of lost all control. Kind of had no idea where
like
the ball
it's
was
everywhere.
going.
Your arm is whatever.
Right. Yeah.
Release points were changed.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I had a little bit of numbness in my hand, which is relatively common too. But yeah, it was. I can remember the pitch, immediate onset of pain. I'm like, oh, that did not feel very good. Gave it another try, and this is something significant.
Yeah.
But yeah, I played through it for a few weeks just to see if it's something that calms down a little bit or something not too serious. Ended up, I got an MRI, but the doc telling me it's you're gonna need surgery. It's gonna take a long time. That was a tough news to get.
Right.
And not because I had incredible aspirations of playing pro ball, but just I think my identity, I don't know if that's the right word,
get it.
but I had kind of not given up on baseball, but I had recognized after high school that part of my life was maybe over. But having that extended to play a few more years in college, it kind of became everything that my life was focused on.
Would you say so it affected your outlook, your future in the next few years, potentially, mentally? Was there and I'm just going to ask this question. Was there more of was there some depression that went along with that, would you say? Or more of it like, how would you describe it?
Um, yeah, maybe a little bit right at the beginning.
Yeah.
It was more in like the few weeks or a month from injury to surgery that I'm like, I don't really know where I'm going to go with this. Like,
Right.
what does the future hold? Once I had surgery, I mean, the outlook, my progression seemed pretty scheduled, I guess. Like, it was like, okay, I can, 6 months I'll be able to, start lifting again.
Yeah.
At a year I'll be able to start, throwing pretty well again, and then year and a half I should be back to feeling pretty good. So yeah, I would say immediately after the injury, I think, yeah, I would say maybe a little depressed. Like, I don't know what do I do now? Like, how does this change my life?
Right.
And not just with baseball, but with,
You like to play golf, like
right.
all like swim, whatever it might
Yeah.
be, right? Much it's your right arm, right?
Yeah. It changed a lot of things. But yeah, once I got surgery, I felt like it was all right. Once I started treatment, I feel like I had a pretty good idea of like, okay, this is where we go. Like, this, my life is not over because of this injury.
It's interesting to talk about this because that piece where we see people coming in that we're treating, and to have that perspective, like, hey, this person's dealing with a lot here.
Right.
Not only the physical piece, but like everything from, I'm gonna have to, even if it's like it's like, I'm gonna have to use my left hand for a while, or with these concussion patients, for example, we see everything: mood changes, depression, anxiety, sleeplessness, misophonia, all these different things, and to have the perspective like, oh, this patient's life has been sort of upended,
right?
Even if they're not even recognizing, but to have that perspective as a doctor and having that empathy up towards them goes a long way, because you've walked the walk
for
right?
sure. And I mean, in baseball, it's a pretty common injury. I mean, a lot of pitchers have come back from that, but when it comes to concussion, and I think the world's understanding of concussion is changing quite a bit, but still, for a lot of people, they hear concussion, it's like, there's a lot unknown. Like, how much am I going to have to deal with this injury for the rest of my life?
Mm-hmm.
What are the outlooks there? And so, yeah, it can be super frightening for a while for some people. But yeah,
especially if you've never, these symptoms are new. Like, they don't know what their life has literally been upended.
Right.
So having that perspective, that empathy, I think is super, super valuable. That's why I like to talk about that sort of thing. It's like, well, because I've walked through this experience, I can see how this person their life's been changed.
Right.
I mean, these people, some of them can't drive. They got to be dropped off. They everything changes.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, you can deal with some pain, right? I had pain in my elbow. I can deal with that.
Yeah.
Like, that's not a huge deal. But yeah, not being able to stand up straight or walk, drive yourself, work, provide for your family. That's those symptoms can hit home a little bit more than just some pain in a joint.
So you end up going to PT school.
Yep.
So why would you do something crazy like that?
Well, honestly, I think my injury was the thing that kind of led me to PT school. My mom was a PTA growing up, so I mean, once I got to high school, she did PTA. Like, she was a PTA when I was like really, really little, and we were in California. And once all my siblings were going up, she stepped away from it, and then once I got back in high school, she got back into it. So she worked in a clinic that was contracted with the high school, so she saw a lot of the high school athletes.
That stuff.
So it was something like I was relatively familiar with the field, and then having my injury. I mean, I was in school in Virginia and had to go back to Arizona for surgery. And I was in the middle of a semester, so I had to go back to school. Our insurance at the time, like, I didn't have PT in Virginia.
on the program,
so
your insurance program,
right? So I couldn't see a PT, so I worked pretty closely with our athletic training staff, which was
that's
huge
yeah.
huge for me. But I mean, I kind of looked at it. I had to kind of take my PT into my own hands and be my own PT, which,
well, with your mom's perspective and some Google research,
right.
Yeah.
YouTube University.
Yeah, YouTube University. Yeah, very cool.
Yeah. So having to kind of rehab myself, I think was really like showed me like, I mean, firsthand knowledge from both perspectives, both as the patient as the therapist. But
Yeah.
helped me realize like this is I could really love doing this.
Yeah, I didn't know that. That's fantastic. I didn't realize you were essentially rehabbed yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So, did you ever? You went back and played ball?
Yep. Yeah. So I missed that my freshman year.
Was that a redshirt year?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Redshirt year. Didn't end up using the redshirt year, but had it. But yeah, came back. I felt around 100%, like midway through that following summer. So I missed that. Summer. I missed that season, and then I was able to throw again, and I could play that next season. But it was a little rocky. I didn't feel like I could really let it go mentally. I mean, getting back to that thing, I didn't feel like I could mentally really let the arm go and throw.
Like it always had been.
Right.
There's that apprehension. I know. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
So, you've been with the clinic. Geez, time goes so fast. So it's been
going on 2 years.
2 years.
Oh, 2 years.
So, what are some of the things you didn't expect? What are some of the things you would say? Oh, I find, you had a lot of options. You worked in everything from in school. You did some internships in skilled nursing facilities?
Yeah, skilled nursing. I mean, you're kind of your typical outpatient clinic.
Yeah.
I was at Tosh up in Murray for 3 months, which was, I mean, again, is an outpatient clinic, but they specialize a little bit more, see a little bit different than just like your typical outpatient clinic.
Lots of orthopedic up there, right?
Yep.
And so, you come on with us. We're doing the brain stuff. Have you enjoyed it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, honestly, my wife's aunt she ran like the neuro piece in school at Rocky Mountain, and going through that. I mean, no knock on her, but I was like, neuro, like brain stuff doesn't really interest. Like, I mean, outside of the musculoskeletal component of neurological stuff, like I don't know if I want to
jump into that space.
Work in the neurologic space. Yeah.
The heavy neuro stuff.
Heavy, like, I mean, I kind of told myself, I don't want to really do
any of it. Well, and here you are.
Yeah.
So, because of that perspective and, having that, it's like, that's not for me. And then kind of having it land right in your lap. What's been, what's your thoughts on that?
Yeah. Honestly, I mean, it has not been anything what I expected it to be. I mean, I truly do love working with concussion and mild traumatic brain injury. I was happy to be. My mind is happy to be changed. I'm very happy being in the space, seeing the people we do, just working with the people that we work with. I mean, it's been pretty eye opening.
In what ways would you say, like, for the most part? Like, what would you say is like, I didn't expect this.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, a lot of what scared me about neuro was just how intensive it can be.
Right.
And working in the concussion space, it's not as intensive as other neurologic impairments, right? But it has become much more comfortable for me treating this, and maybe that's where my fears were based in. Like,
right.
This can be pretty scary, and concussion absolutely can be scary too.
You take those significant brain injury cases, and sometimes their progress is measured in nanometers, right, which is a tough, and bless those folks that are having those type of injuries, as well as the practitioners assisting them,
Mm-hmm.
because oftentimes the results, like I said, are measured in nanometers.
Right.
And so I love those folks. But one of the reasons we did, the Concussion Pros idea came about because there's a section of the population that's had these type of injuries, and they didn't have a whole lot of options. There's a place for what I would call the heavy brain injury folks,
Mm-hmm.
but that mild to moderate space, our experience was there wasn't a whole lot of options out there. So we're like, okay, let's fill the space. Let's create the Concussion Pros program, and do it ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's the exciting thing for me is like, it's a unique opportunity, unique space. You work with some great docs, Dr. Mike Williams, some of the guys up at our Murray office. Where do you see yourself in your career, in your future? Of course, I always tell Mike I want him to stay with us forever and ever. And then wherever he goes, I go. But, what do you see? Like, I mean, do you see yourself, is this the brain injury world is something that, you see opportunities in? Where would you like to see yourself, 4 or 5 years?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Honestly, play more golf, probably.
Yeah, I want to play a lot more golf.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like I said, I truly love working with the population that we treat. And I think one of the things that drew me to come here was the ability for those people who traditionally haven't had access to treatment, or traditionally maybe we're a little lost in terms of what to do, have like a place where they can find those answers is where, like, I was like, yeah, that's where I want to be. I want to help those who do feel a little lost, and traditionally can't get the help they need. Yeah, honestly, I mean, 4 or 5 years down the road, I expect to be doing the same thing. I don't know if you like finding your calling. I don't know if I
it's something you
subscribe
truly
to that,
enjoy.
but it absolutely is something I can foresee myself doing for a long, long time.
Yeah.
I mean, I love the space. I love the variety. I mean, we see concussion as well as a wide variety of other things, and I love treating that. I don't see myself changing anytime soon. I like being here.
Yeah, I mean, we talked to Mike about some opportunities with what we're doing. Like, we want to open other Concussion Pros facilities and train other practitioners to about this space. And so I feel like we just keep learning, and there's so much information with this type of thing we do that's coming in, and we can take it and we can utilize it and create and continue to create something amazing. It's sort of this, I see it's like this, it's morphing into all these possibilities that I see. And in 26 years of whatever it's been since I've started being in, outside of school healthcare, this is the most exciting thing I've done. I love it. I love it. So anyway, man, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
And thanks for jumping on the Two Thumbs Up podcast today. And, super grateful for you. Your wisdom, your expertise, your professionalism, super grateful. Just even having you around has been your leadership, just how you're I appreciate it.
Yeah,
so we're excited.
I love being part of this team. I love working in this space. I love treating the people that we do, and I love it. Thank you.
So, anyway, love you all. Have a great day. 2 thumbs up. Go out and do something nice for yourself today. We appreciate you all. Thank you.